Boys, we have a problem. One that could potentially put all democracy at risk, the Soviet Union. We are well accustomed to Soviet intentions to forge a communist world with the USSR at the helm. And with the recent news, we can conclude they'd have the necessary force required to achieve this goal.
Are you referencing the explosion of the atomic bomb?
How could we even be sure that the Soviets could build up a necessary stockpile in that amount of time?
It's been estimated that they'll have over 200 bombs ready and equipped by 1955.
But the U.S. could match, if not exceed, that amount.
There are no statistics to prove that.
Bomb or no bomb, the force we are facing isn't just military, it's political. The USSR will stop at nothing to sway nations to the side of communism. Now, this sort of international pressure could lead to miscalculations and nuclear tension. We must stop these nations from falling victim to the Soviets' revolutionary movement. In the ways of current policy, one fallen nation could be the single domino that causes hundreds of others to fall as well.
A domino effect.
What do you propose we do?
We have to make sure the communist ideology doesn't spread to other nations.
Are we sure containment is the right policy?
Democracy and communism do not coexist well. Intervening is the only option at this point.
In which way should we intervene?
Any way possible.
The tanks have joined the street protesters outside.
Do you think they can overthrow Mazadik?
We have the help of the Iranian government, plus Masadik has nowhere to run.
Once Mazadik is gone, the Shah will be able to regain even more control. He's always been in favor of us Americans.
Thankfully, they should give us some of their oil fields because we helped finance the protest. Our propaganda really influenced the people.
Iran posed a communist threat to America. Hopefully with the Shah on our side, we'll have a Cold War ally.
Hungary is small and weak. They are under a lot of political unrest under their leader, Mayak Rakosi, but the citizens aren't doing anything about it.
They're in the clutches of the Soviets. Of course they're fearful of protests.
We must reach them. We must use propaganda to promote democracy.
Radio broadcasts. We'll spread our message through those.
Radio tolkas ni, ja? Ja?
Kedves hallgatóink, éjszakai különműsort közvetítünk. Ezt a programot a 417 méteres középhullámon, valamint a 19, 25, 31, 41 és 49 méteres rövid hullámú sávokon sugározzuk. Különműsorunk keretében előbb a reflektort hallják, utána hírösszefoglalót mondunk, végül napi kommentár következik.
I need a favor from you.
What do you need from me?
In your next edition published, I need you to weave in some information.
Information regarding what?
Democracy. I want you to urge the Italian citizens in the direction of a democratic government.
Why would I do that?
Because the United States would be eternally grateful, especially if you could get some of your journalist colleagues to do the same.
Consider it done.
New mission, everyone.
What is it?
As you're all well aware, Fidel Castro has successfully led a revolt to overthrow Fulgencio Batista from power.
Is that Castro in connection with Nikita Khrushchev?
That spells trouble.
No kidding, that's just another way the Soviets have expanded their influence.
And with Cuba so close to the American border, we can't afford to let it fall to communism.
What are we going to do? Take Fidel Castro out of power?
How would we do that?
We stage an uprising of our own.
With what army? The U.S. Army?
No, the Cuban people.
Are they even trained?
We'll train them with assault landing and guerrilla warfare ourselves.
But where would we train them? Cuba?
CIA has extra training bases in Guatemala.
Who would lead them?
Jose Miro Cardona. It has been determined that he'll lead the anti-Castro exiles as well as resume presidency once the plan is successful.
What would we call this operation?
The Bay of Pigs.
Chef?
That spells trouble.
No kidding. Are they even trained?
We'll train them for assault landing and guerrilla warfare ourselves.
Who would train them? Or where would we train them?
In connection with Nikita Khrushchev?
That spells trouble.
No kidding. That's just another way the Soviets have expanded their influence.
And with Cuba so close to American borders, we can't afford to let it fall.
The one time I dumped this off! Are you kidding me?
The tanks.
All I can see are your guys' bags. I hope you know.
Bags?
Your
you need from me?
I need you to weave in some information in your next. Stop it, John! Get out!
Ding dong.
Come in.
Guys!